Hi guys, welcome to Plant Posy. My name is Simone and today is going to be a repot with me, if you will. I had a scheduled video that was all about monsteras and it didn't turn out quite like I planned. So last minute switch. I have so much repotting to do, and by repotting I actually mean planting propagations because I've got a ton of propagations that have been growing. Some are very much ready to go into soil. I thought I could kill two birds with one stone, as gruesome as that expression is, and pot them up and film a video for you guys. I really figured this can kind of be like a get to know me because I haven't really talked about myself on here, and there's a few new people that figure you can at least know who I am. Just to kind of start with some of the propagations I have some syngonium pieces that need to go into their own pot. And I think some of them are rotting, so I need to do it like ASAP. I have a couple of other little mini syngoniums that I'm going to separate and make some more. I have some peperomia, syngonium. I have a croton that I'm going to be dividing in half. I have a pickle plant that I'm going to be splitting up as well. And a bunch of other little goodies that I'm going to be working with here. So I'm just gonna get started because I have a lot to do and I'm probably not even gonna fit it all in this video. But I'm gonna start with just introducing myself. My name is Simone and I was born and raised in Southern California. I'm married and I have a 1-year-old daughter and I turn 38 tomorrow. Well, I mean, a little bit about my houseplant journey. I started off gardening when I was a little kid. My mom would give me little seeds and I would plant them, like vegetable seeds, carrots. I think we had pumpkin. The carrots were only like an inch long. I think we only got like 1 or 2 carrots, so we weren't very experienced at what we were doing. But it definitely got my feet wet, shall you say, because I just thought it was so much fun. All right, so the first plant I'm going to be potting up is a polka dot plant. I had a larger plant that I had split up, and this is the smaller of the two. They love humidity. If it is too dry, the leaves will just shrivel up. So I try to leave them in the kitchen area or where I keep my other propagations so that they get plenty of ambient moisture. Here we go with this little guy. So he's done, and I don't know how I'm going to organize setting these down, but I'm probably just going to put them off to the side over here. Let's see, next plant. I didn't really get a chance to garden again until my mid-20s. Then I moved into a house that had a lot of fruit trees in the back, so I definitely wanted to try my hand at growing vegetables again, and I didn't do too bad. I had a container garden that I just loved getting my hands dirty. It was definitely very therapeutic for me, especially during that time. All right, I'm going to very delicately pull this apart and make a separate plant out of it because there's enough here that I can do very minimal root damage. Oh, very delicately. It's coming apart very slowly. Oh gosh. This is probably just like killing some people watching these roots come apart right now, but I'm trying to pull them apart without them breaking, and it is a slow struggle, but I did it. Oh, there's bound to be some casualties. After that, then I moved into a 1-bedroom apartment that I have a small porch, as you probably saw in my recent vlog, but that's the extent of any outdoor space that I have. So I was very aggressive into container gardening right when I moved in, and I would do tomatoes and basil, different herbs, and I think I had peppers and a few other like little countertop plants. I think I had a Dracaena. What else did I have out there? I had a few. Oh, I had a lot of succulents out there too. I had my jade plant, which I had brought back from the house. It remained like that for a few years. And I would collect a couple of house plants, but nothing really major. I think I had a Pilea peperomioides, and what else did I have at first? I had also I think I had a bromeliad. And then I think I had a little baby spider plant. And I kept those in my kitchen, and then I would try to grow herbs here and there too. And that kept me happy for a little bit. But then I want to say it was the end of 2018, and I had some kind of switch go off that just said, you know what? You love to garden. You don't get to spend that much time doing it anymore. Why not look into indoor gardening? Heavens to Betsy. So I started to collect more plants, and I accumulated more and more and more and more and more. And over the past 3 years, I have grown from 3 or 4 little house plants into now easily over 100. And you might be thinking, Simone, 100 isn't that many plants. I mean, some might be thinking it's a lot, and then some might be thinking it's not, because some of these plant YouTubers have hundreds of plants, and it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot to take care of, but the reason why I haven't exploded as much as they have is probably because even though I've been collecting for close to 3 years, it's still relatively new. Some people have been collecting plants for a lot longer than that. So, you know, I kind of grow at my own pace, you know, like if I see a plant I like, I don't have it, I'll get it. I think one of the big things is when you first start a hobby, you get super excited about it, and the enthusiasm is just like through the roof, and you just want to like accumulate everything right away. And I did have that in spurts. Like there were moments where I was just like, I just want to have as many plants as possible. I want a jungle home. But then you get to a point to where I have enough plants. It's not about collecting as many plants as possible. This little guy keeps kind of hanging off to the side. I think I kind of messed that up. But so you get to the point where you get pickier with your plants, you know? Like you don't want to just accumulate as many as possible. You want to have plants that you really want, you know? Like you're collecting a certain genus, or you just prefer a certain plant. Like maybe you just are into Hoyas all of a sudden, so you're just gonna like spend a lot of time on Hoyas. So you might pick a certain genus and just stick to it, and that's all you want to collect. But sometimes you don't know until after you've been collecting for a little while, and then you fall in love with something, and then you kind of narrow down your obsession, and it's less about just all the plants and then becomes more about just certain ones. I think I kind of got to that point, but the problem I have is that I just love them all. So I can't narrow it down to just one specific genus. I love Hoyas, I love pothos, I love philodendrons, I love snake plants, I love syngoniums. It's just like you just think something's beautiful, and then you want to have it. It's the problem of a hobby collector. You just kind of fall in love with everything, I guess. My current obsessions right now, and this might sound weird, are Tradescantias. Those things grow so fast, and maybe that's where my obsession is kind of coming in with them right now, is how fast they grow. I'm also somewhat obsessed with my Pilea glauca. It's the silver sheen on the leaves, and they're so little. It's so cute. I'm always obsessed with my jewel orchid, and they're becoming slightly more common now. I remember when I got mine, they were kind of hard to find. I had to get on this waiting list to get it, but now I'm starting to see them pop up a little bit more and more. But I've always loved it. The veining on it and the glittery leaves. I mean, a plant with glitter in the leaves, like, I mean, it's not glitter in the leaves, but they shine. They're so pretty. I might sound crazy, but sometimes I think plants just like to be around each other. I can't be the only one who thinks that, but in nature, they are expensive plants. I have a lot of things about that. If you have the money to spend on expensive plants, go for it. I mean, some of these plants are going for thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm just not that rich, guys. Sorry. So I can be patient and wait and see if the price goes down, if it ever goes down. And if it doesn't, I'll just look at it fondly from afar. But if I see a more unusual plant that might be harder to obtain, and I see it for a decent price, I'm gonna jump on it, because I'm like, this is a gorgeous plant. It's a good value. But I think it's a case-by-case basis. I can't see myself really picking a budget or picking a max that I'm going to spend. But a lot of people might consider $50 to be really cheap. But all the plants in my collection, I've never spent more than $30 on a plant. And a huge part of the reason why that is because I prefer to get the plants very small, because I live in a small apartment. Like I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment. I have my husband and my baby here, I don't have room for a lot of really big plants, and I do have big plants, but you know, I don't want to collect them too mature, too big. I'd rather collect them small and grow them to a more mature size, and then that way, eventually down the road, we'd like to move to a larger place, you know, and have room for the baby to grow. Then I'll have room for the larger plants, but by then, you know, they're still growing to get to be that size. Like, it'll take a little while, you know. Well, anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. So I'll buy cuttings, I'll buy, you know, baby plants, propagated plants, because I would just rather have the challenge of growing them to be mature. I think I kind of enjoy the process of growing them just as much as I enjoy having them. So there's always exceptions. Like, I'm never gonna say never. I don't even know if I put a dent in all of this repotting. So I easily have probably another hour's worth of potting up to do, but I'm not going to keep you for that long. So thank you so much for watching. I would love to know more about you guys. I know, you know, with such few subscribers, so many of you are friends and family, and thank you for that. But if you're somebody that I haven't met or I don't know you, tell me a little bit about yourself. Drop in the comments and maybe say where you're from or what got you into houseplants, where you're at in your houseplant journey. I would love to know and find out more about you. So yeah, thanks again. I really appreciate the support, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you on Tuesday. Bye.